Look, when it come down to one thing I don't do is, even though I already be thinking shit in my head, I don't project that shit onto that woman because all women different.
Yeah.
Women, what they do is they'll hold shit. They'll be going through shit because of shit that they'll do shit because they went through shit they went through with the past nigga and project that shit on me or
Yeah.
us. And then you be like, you gotta, man, I gotta fight through this shit and dig through this shit and get her to
And you
see
do.
that I ain't that type of nigga. I don't want to have to do this shit. I ain't with this shit.
But see, look, how can you be like that? How can you know
I
the answer? You
ain't
know why she doing it and still be like, damn.
yeah, because I don't want to deal with that. I just
Yeah.
don't. Cause because here's my thing: women can have their standards and have they stuff that they not gonna deal with and shit. But as soon as a man be like, you know what, I ain't finna deal with none of that bullshit with a woman. I ain't finna deal with none of that shit. People question us why you like that? Why you don't have to deal with it? Like we get questioned. But when a woman be like, I ain't finna deal with that nigga and his bullshit. I ain't finna deal with that nigga and his bag. I don't want to deal with that nigga. I don't want to deal with no broke nigga. They be like, yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. You doing good. But as soon as a
Yeah.
man have standards and don't want to deal with this shit, we get questioned. Hey, what's up, folks? It's Ken Desmond here with the Nerdvana experience. For what you just heard is a clip from last week's episode when me and Carly was talking about the dynamics between men and women in relationships and shit like that. Uh, I just want to pick up from where we left off on the episode. Now I know I got an episode called "The Modern Day Woman" where I was kind of going in on women and shit like that. But people have to understand today they like. And I'm not saying women don't have it hard, but I don't know how hard it is for a woman because I'm not a woman. From a man's perspective, a lot of shit have to change. And from a man's perspective, it's harder for us to get a woman that ain't looking to just use us up and spit us out. You understand? One of my biggest fears is falling deep in love with a woman and shit. We get married, she be the mama of my kids and all that type of shit, but then she end up leaving me because of some bullshit, like she using me or some type of shit. I know that's a lot of fear for men and women, but today's society, people don't date to love each other, to get to know each other. It's always some ulterior motive. And when I sit back and think about shit, I'm like, bruh, this generation really don't care about nothing. Like we don't really give a fuck about nothing. And I re-listened to the episode that me and Carly did, and you know what I'm saying. I felt like that. I understand what he was trying to like get me to see it from the woman point of view, but I can't understand it from a woman point of view because, like I said a couple minutes ago, I'm not a woman. Because I like women go through shit and it make them masculine. And we be the ones that, like, when I say we, I'm talking about me, and we be the ones that take them through this shit and put them through it. And then when you get to the next dude in her life, he end up having to deal with all that baggage and all that bullshit that come along with her dealing with trauma and stuff. And the main thing I don't understand, is like, instead of us trying, like, people relationship hop like it ain't shit. Instead of dealing with your heartbreak, healing yourself, and dealing with your problems, and then get in a relationship, people get their heart broke, and then easily go into a relationship with another person. Like it's an old saying: the easiest way to get over a man is to get under another one. That's what women used to tell young women back in the day. Shit, some of them still even say it to this day. But now the issue is it's a hoe spirit going around. Not all women are hoes, but the hoe spirit is everywhere now. I remember, at one point in my life, if you want to see some girl titties, bro, you had to real deal work unless she was a hoe. It wasn't many of them, but if you want to see some girl titties or see a girl naked and shit, you had to real deal like be in a relationship with her on some type of shit. She gotta like you and trust you and all this type of shit to even show you some tits to go to second base and shit like that. Nowadays, women put on clothes that see through, and you can see their titties every day, all day on Instagram and Facebook and social media. It's at the point now you get on TikTok, shit, you fuck around and look at the wrong video and watch the whole thing. The algorithm think that you want to see shit like that, and your whole For You page would be number girl twerking and shit. That shit happened to me. I had to like reset my damn Twitter because I ended up watching one video, and then a video that I watched, the girl wasn't really even doing nothing there. But then over the course of time, my algorithm just started fucking up. And when I be saying the Holy Spirit is like live and in effect, I mean that shit. That's in men and women, but it's more so with women. Like we supposed to hold women to a higher standard. Because even back in the day, if a man cheated on her, she wouldn't go out and cheat on him with another dude. Not saying that it's right for the dude to do what he did, but the women won't stoop. They'll be like the women won't stoop down to that level. You know what I'm saying? But now the Holy Spirit live on. I was watching a couple of videos over the last couple of days after man Lee recorded TNE. And I came across a couple of videos, and I'm gonna let the audio play a couple of times. And the first video I saw, it was like this dude asking these girls. He was like, "What's the thing you never told your ex?" And it was like a montage of different women saying some of the most craziest shit. So what I'm about to do now, I'm about to play it like they were just saying some of the most craziest shit. That's the wrong video. What the fuck? What the fuck am I doing? Ah, this the one right here.
One thing you never told your ex.
I slept with his father. I got with his homeboy after.
My body count.
And what is it?
None of your fucking business.
Okay.
I cheated on like one of our coworkers because we used to work together.
So one thing you never told your ex.
He was a little ugly. He was ugly. He was ugly.
When we took a break, I had hit up somebody and fucked him. No.
So one thing you never told your ex. Be honest.
I wanted his friend.
While you was with him?
Yep.
Yeah, that I wasn't in love with him. Yeah.
That I cheated on him.
That I was emotionally cheating on him.
Bruh. Did you hear some of the shit that these women were saying, bro? One of these motherfuckers said she was cheating on him she wanted his friend, and one motherfucker just straight up said the nigga was ugly. He was ugly. If you didn't find that man attractive, bro, you didn't find him attractive when you first met him, when he first approached you or whatever, whatnot. Why drag this shit along? And that's another thing I don't like about women. Cause I found out, I'm gonna tell you something, I got a lot of sisters. And when I sit back and hear some of my sisters talk to each other, and I be hearing the shit they be saying, women got multiple dudes for multiple reasons. There's a dude that bring them big dinner. It's a dude that they talk to that if they want to fuck, they just want to fuck. That's it. They strictly call the nigga to fuck. It's a dude that even though she don't give him the time of day, he would break her off some money. She called that nigga. If it's a dude she want to just spend time with no type of sexual relations or anything like that, she called it, man. Like most women got backups for backups. You know what I'm saying? And I be seeing that shit firsthand. Like I literally see that shit firsthand. Like I say all the time, it ain't all women. But from what I be seeing, bruh, it's like these folks be having these girls in their back pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like soon, and then like I said, they have them for multiple reasons. Money, dick, bruh. When I heard my sister say she was hungry, and I literally just saw her sit here and count out like $300-$400. She was like, "I'm hungry." I know, well, shit, get you something to eat. I just saw you. You got more than know. I just saw you count your money out to go get you some big dinner. She's like, "Fuck that! I got a nigga who can bring me something to eat." I'm like, "Shit, that gonna be your boyfriend now." She's like, "Nah, they just a nigga I called to give me something to eat." I'm like, "What the fuck?" So, she called her bro on the phone and all the type of shit. And I'm gonna tell you the sickening part about that. How she was talking to me and talking about him before he got on the phone, she ain't had none of that demeanor no more. So soon she called bro answered. She sounded like the sweetest woman ever because she was running that game on him and doing all this shit. I'm like, man, that's why I was like, bro, I'm like, ugh, I don't even want to deal with this shit. And men be so lonely nowadays. Like what Lee said last week. It's more men lonely than it is women lonely. And a lot of men become simps and stuff like that when a woman show him the slightest attention. Because they be so lonely and then they be so surprised that a girl is giving them attention. Don't let her be pretty. He really gonna go crazy and do some dumb shit. That's why it's important for men to go through like being like kind of dumb for women at an early age, so they won't be like going through shit now. And and it's time. And it's time. I always say, I don't know if this red pill or not, but I always say that Andrew Tate and men like Andrew Tate. I don't like I said. I don't agree. I don't even know what he did personally or nothing like that. But what he was teaching young men and men in general, that they don't have to settle for shit. And when I say settle for shit, I mean like settle for like any old type of behavior from a woman that ain't what you want. You know what I'm saying? Like every relationship got its ups and downs. Every relationship got a person that they got some shit about their partner that they don't like. But it's at the point now that we have to stand up as men and be like, you know what? I'm not going to tolerate this behavior. I'm not going to do none of this shit. I was telling Jay Jamal that I was going to record this week's episode and I was going to talk about stuff from a man perspective. And he recorded something that he wanted to put his 2 cents in. So we're finna hear what he got to say.
As far as it comes with men and women in a dating pool, understand that you will have to settle. By settling, you have to settle what you deem you want to settle with. What I mean by that is, okay, every man and woman has their own standard. Certain men not going to deal with what a woman's going to want to do and vice versa. But as you get older, as you realize in this world, everything is not going to work to your favor. So you must learn how to adapt to your partner, because you can find a person you adapt with, right? And no matter whoever you get with, no matter who you get with on this earth, you're going to find some things you don't like about your partner. But you have to find things that you love about your partner that will have to outweigh what you don't like. Because the things that you don't like, y'all will have to have a conversation upon it. And your other half, hopefully, will have a perspective to be like, okay, I understand why he don't like that. Let me try to change that for this person. If it's something, that's for your conversation, for you two to figure out. Point I'm making is, when it comes to relationships, you have to settle. And I'm not telling you to settle for anything. I'm not telling you to settle for somebody mistreating you, man or woman. Definitely not telling about to settle for somebody abusing them physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. But there are common grounds to where you have to agree upon. That's marriage. You have to compromise. It's part of any relationship, actually. You two have to come to an agreement on something that will make the best benefit for whatever purpose y'all trying to create. Whether that's a marriage, whether that's a business, whether that's a friendship. Life has to be about agreements. Also in disagreements. It's okay to disagree. Be like, okay, I don't like this about you. Be like, okay, I understand that. I don't like this about you. So now that you two understand the two things that y'all don't like about each other, now y'all need to come up with a solution to how we can benefit and go beyond this point to where we can be better and not be bitter. Be better. Don't be bitter. And that's all I got to say for right now. That's my little 2 cents.
Why he had to end it like that? But yeah, though, what Jay said is like, it's right on the money. But the issue with that is when either person, man or woman, or whatever relationship you in, they don't see it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I be meaning when I be like, I ain't settling for shit. He hit it right on, like hit the hammer right on the nail. because that's exactly what I be mean when I be like, I ain't signing for shit. I ain't finna deal with none of this shit. I don't want to deal with none of this shit. And one of the main things I don't want to deal with is a woman being uh, masculine. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to deal with that. And like I said, I understand why they be masculine and all that type of shit because of trauma and all that type of stuff. But me personally, I don't feel. All right, so what I'm about to say finna sound fucked up. All right, but I don't give a fuck about a woman trauma that came before me. As far as like when it come down to different niggas and shit. I know that sounds crazy, but I just don't care. Because I'm at the point and stage in my life, I'm 31. All I want is to find my forever person. We be together and we build and live life. Not saying that we ain't gonna have problems, because the problem that we have might be like some shit that, I probably did something, but like I don't want to have to tell a woman to be a woman. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a catch-22, because like I constantly say, and like what Lee was saying last week on TNE, like the reason why the women even be in that situation is because of what we did to them. But every man ain't the same, just like every woman ain't the same. But it's like when it's like when Cat Williams be like, Cat Williams did a stand up years and years and years ago, where he was like, he tired of women saying, like, a woman that's later on in her year be like, niggas ain't shit, all niggas ain't the same. Hold on, let me find it. I can find it. I'm a fast, like, all right, so what I'm gonna do is right now in this point in the podcast, I'm gonna fast forward in the editing process to when the audio plays.
Ladies, you got to start taking some responsibility for your own miserable life. If you over 25 years old, you still walking around here talking about niggas ain't shit, bitch, you need to grow the fuck up with your irresponsible ass. What you meant to say was all the niggas you fuck with ain't shit. That's right. You need to figure out what it is about your pussy that keep attracting ain't shit niggas. Might be ain't shit pussy.
That man really agree to hell. But yeah, though. But yeah, when you get a certain age, women, bro, you can't be saying nigga that shit. It's the same thing for dudes, though. I feel like I hit a point in my life where like it's gonna get to the point where it's gonna be redundant of me getting on TNE and we talking about relationship problems with women and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like after a while, y'all ain't gonna want to hear that shit coming from me no more. And that's why I try not to make it too much of a topic on TNE. But when I talk about it, I want to get into it. And don't think that I don't hold men accountable for what they do, but I do. It's just that I'm not looking to date a man. I want a woman, and I'm just pointing out the things that, from my perspective, from a man perspective, what I don't like. Earlier when I was like, I don't want to deal with a woman being masculine and stuff. In the midst of me editing this episode, I came across it's crazy how it works. I came across this clip, and I want to play it because I feel like this kind of y'all finna hear.
I don't care why you're masculine.
It don't even matter.
I don't care what happened to you as I'm a 40-year-old man.
You got a daughter?
No, I don't.
Because
but that's not
but
my point is this. My point is this.
Right.
You all wouldn't care if a man came to you feminine and said, my dad wasn't in my life. My mom didn't teach me this. You say, bro, you 38 years old. I don't want to deal with a feminine man that hasn't addressed his issues. So for me, dealing with a woman that way, I'm going to tell you the same thing. I understand you had issues or whatever growing up and you had to be a certain way. But I'm not going to put up with it as far as trying to be in a relationship with you because you don't know how to be a feminine woman.
So what's a feminine woman? What's your definition?
A woman that basks in her femininity. She knows how to be submissive to a man. She knows how to speak life into a man. She knows how to nurture. She knows how to take care of a home and take care of kids. She knows how to be accountable. She knows how to be reasonable. She knows how to be understanding when she's dealing with a man and knows which battles to choose when she's dealing with him.
And that's exactly how I feel when I be like, I don't want no masculine ass woman. I don't give a fuck about her trauma. Bro, I had been saying before I even came across, that's how I be knowing that I ain't the only one that feel like this. Because before I even came across that video, like I was in the process of editing it and to fast forward so y'all could hear Cat Williams, and I came across it on my phone in the process of me doing it. And I listened to what that man said, and he said exactly what I be trying to say on TNE. I don't give a fuck about what a woman, her trauma and shit, because that was before me, but at the same time, look, if I came to shit with trauma and shit and I want masculine and shit, you be like, man, I don't want to be with that weak ass nigga and shit like that. That's like exactly what he said is how I feel. And I still feel that way. And I know it may sound fucked up, but it's just the truth. It's just the truth. I just don't care about that shit. Now, I had somebody who listened to the show that hit me up and was like, she felt like that Carly was really taking up for women and I was taking up for the men. And that it need to be more, that we need to have a woman on the show at the same time when we talk about the issues. I'm like, you know what? You're absolutely right. So one of these days in season for one of these weeks, my what I plan on doing is having me, J. Jamal Lee, and have a woman on the panel so we can talk. All four of us, four or five of us can talk, and we can hear from a woman point of view. You know what I'm saying? Because like I know it be sounding like it's one sided, especially with me. I don't want to make it seem like that I don't care about women. Cause here's the thing, with me, with my woman, I love her and do whatever I gotta do to make sure she's straight and protected and everything. But the thing about it, she gotta show me that she is worth all that. Because when you're a man and you providing and you doing all that type of shit, it's a lot on there. It's a whole lot. And especially like nowadays, like with the horse spirit being so rampant the way it is, it's really hard for a man to find his woman and hold a woman down because you don't know if she really like for you and shit. And the thing that I be hating the most is when you be out when you be out in public, and you see a woman that's attracted to you, the first thing you see is physical attraction, like physical attributes that make you like her. You don't know if she a good person. You don't know if she a bad person. You don't know if she a bitch. You don't know none of this shit. You don't know her personality. You don't know none of this shit. But you walk up to her anyway. And when you know how women is, sometimes they'll put on their little front when they meet a dude or whatever, especially if she find him attractive and shit. She start talking in a soft voice and stuff like, "What you talking about, man? Yeah, what's your name?" Like start talking back and shit. And next thing you know, y'all exchange numbers or exchange social media and shit. Then you scroll on that motherfucker, and then you see that she be having her ass out or she be twerking or some shit like that. And I had a 40-something-year-old woman tell me, that's fun. You need to line up. You need to have some fun. I'm like, bruh, it's other ways to have fun than fucking putting your pants down and shaking your ass in front of a whole bunch of niggas, and it's only you and one other woman. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. They can be like, and then women do shit like that and say they not hoes, and women do shit like that and be like, well, just because I pulled my pants down, bent over, and got my ass and pussy out, don't mean you can touch me and fuck me. That don't make no type of sense. At the same time, I understand what they're saying. Just because she could be butt ass naked with her legs spread open and everything, they don't give a man the right to even go over there and touch her. But at the same time, you can't tempt niggas like that because everybody don't have self-control. They're just like, if somebody's starving and you put a plate of some good ass big dinner in front of them, and you be like, just because it's a plate of food here, don't mean you can eat it. It's mine. The moment you turn your back or you put yourself in a position where that plate can be left alone, that person that's starving gonna eat it. That's how it is with these niggas. Soon as a woman get naked or show any type of whorish behavior or anything like that, if a man see this shit and pick up on it, he gonna try to slide. He gonna try to get up in there. And then if he one of them niggas that's really down bad, he gonna try to rape. Like that's where them niggas come from that be raping niggas and raping girls and shit because they be down bad and they be sick in the head and shit. But their horse spirit is like it's jumping on everybody. And the thing about it is, you got motherfuckers like Sexy Red. Not saying it's just her, but that's the name that just popped in my head. She pregnant and popping her ass everywhere. She pregnant and half naked and dancing and making money. She doing all shit because she making money or whatever, whatnot. Like, I would be completely embarrassed if she was my baby mama. I wouldn't even want none to deal with her. Bruh, I won't be able to get married and nobody but myself for getting her pregnant. Because before you got her pregnant, you knew what type of woman that was. She all on the social media and sex tape leaking and all that. I ain't seen it, so I don't even know what is on there. But she got her sex tape leaked and like all types of shit going on with that lady. That's a whorish ass lady, and I don't even know her for real. Well, I don't even know her personally. And who's to say that she even like doing the shit that she doing? And she probably just only doing that shit for money. It's just the fact that she doing it. And she pregnant on top of all that. That horse spirit ain't no joke. Then on the flip side of that, when I was talking about earlier, when you got the woman who kind of trick you and you don't know. On the flip side, same scenario, good looking woman, you walk up to her and she straight up with your ass. I do this. If you want to do this, you gotta pay me this. Now you got the upfront ass motherfuckers. I came across a couple one of those. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know if I talked about it in the Lex Talk, but I'm gonna bring it up again. So back in 2020, well, I met her in 2018, but back in 2020, I started talking to one of my sister's friends. She was Puerto Rican and Dominican, real pretty, real beautiful lady, real gorgeous, real pretty. She was a nurse at the hospital with my sister. That's how I met her, because she was a nurse at the hospital. And like I said, she was drop dead fine. She was so pretty that my teacher asked me, was like, nigga, how you pull her? Like, that's how pretty she was. But whole time, I'm going over there, we spending time with each other, going out on dates and everything. I was like, man, she's so damn fine. And I really thought that, me and her was, clicking and shit. I live on one street. Literally, the next street over, she lived on this street. My phone started ringing one day. I answered that motherfucker. I almost didn't answer because I usually don't answer phone numbers that I don't know recognize. It was my girl's sister. Her name was Gianna. She called me and she was like, such got an OnlyFans page. I'm like, man, stop bullshitting. Hold the phone. She called me back. I'm for real. She got an OnlyFans page. I can send you the link. Like her sister was into my girl and her sister was into it. Don't know how she know. I don't know how she got my number, but she had my number, and she called me, and she sent me the link to her OnlyFans page. So before I even did anything, I went over there over J. Jamal's house with him and Lee. I went over their house. I was like, man, y'all, Selena talking about she got OnlyFans and all that type of stuff. I'm like, man. So at this time, our teacher had got finished teaching. He was drinking a little bit. So it was all my friends over there. And I'm like, let me go on to see this shit. So I paid, it was $20. That was the first and only time I ever paid for OnlyFans. And the only reason I paid for that was because I wanted to see, was that really her? Paid for that OnlyFans. Open it up, like how it work is like when you buy the OnlyFans, because you can't see nothing until you like subscribe to the channel or a page or whatever. But it got all these like little lock symbols and shit. But the moment your payment go through, everything will come unlocked and you can see the thumbnails and shit. I saw one thumbnail And I was like, this look like her, but it can't be her. I clicked on the video. I clicked on one of them. She laying in the bed, legs wide open, pussy open. She fucking herself, and it's her. I'm hearing her voice. Cause I know how she sound, and I know how she looking. I'm looking at her. I'm like, what the fuck? Like a huge feeling of dread just came over my body. Like, because I was like, bro, how can a woman that work at the hospital, like, that's a nurse, do this shit? And then if you talk to her and spend time with her, you would never think that she was a hoe. You would never even think that she did shit like that. Like, she got standards and morals and shit. Bruh, I called her, confronted her about it. She hung up on me. I left from over there over Carly and J House, and I pulled up at her shit. And her dad was like, Quinn, what's going on? Like, so. I ain't want to tell her daddy what was going on. I wanted to talk to her first. And she came outside and he heard us talking. I was like, bro, why the fuck you ain't tell me you got an OnlyFans, fool? You know, I don't get down with shit like that. So her daddy heard me say that to her. And because me and her in the driveway, but we kind of far away from him, but he still heard me say this shit. And then I forgot what she said to me. I'm about to say her name, but I forgot what she said to me. And her daddy came over there and started speaking Spanish. Don't know what the fuck he said. He was speaking Spanish. She was speaking Spanish. And he went in the house, slammed the door, and she was sitting outside crying. And she was like, why you come over here and do all that? I was just so upset because I really thought that, you know, me and her was finna be together and shit. And I was like, man, and I said that and I thought about this shit. Like, man, this whole spirit, this shit just jumping on everybody. And the reason I even brought that story up because, like I was saying before I got into it, it's hard to choose women because a lot of folks out here are hoes and shit. And then she was one of the ones that was sneaky with it, like they lived a double life. She had a job at the hospital, making good money as a registered nurse and all that type of shit. But on the side, she did OnlyFans. And now she don't even work at hospitals no more because she makes so much money. And we still keep in touch from time to time. She had troubles. A lot of her issues she have is come from her doing what she's doing on OnlyFans. Because from my understanding, it went from her just doing stuff by herself, and she doing shit with men now on camera. And she live out there in Miami. And she told me herself, she called me one day, she crying, we FaceTiming. And I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you? And she was like, she finna kill herself because she can't keep doing what she's doing. And she was like, she addicted to the money and she can't stop said that the men out there don't give a fuck about her and all the type of shit. I'm like, well, just come home. Just get that shit up and come home to your family. Your family gonna fuck with you and love you and shit. I'm like, bro, you a registered nurse. You can work at any hospital. But when you make the type of money that she make and the amount of money that she make, you just can't get that shit up and then be like, I'm finna go back to working at a hospital, working long hours and not even getting nowhere near the amount that she make on OnlyFans and social media and shit. So there was a bust. And, we text every now and then, but it really ain't nothing for us to talk about. It be sometimes she'll call me, I see her call me, I won't even answer the fucking phone. For real, call like I just don't want to deal with hoes. And I see women nowadays like it's more acceptable to be a hoe. They be like, I'm a paid hoe. I'll do this, and then and it's like women talk more about sex than men do. I remember back in the day, women wouldn't even talk about sex. They wouldn't even bring this shit up. They'll talk about this shit with other women. Now women sit here and talk about sex with niggas like it ain't shit. Yeah, she'll be like, yeah, I was sucking the dick, make the nigga bust fast in here. Like, I'm glad I thought about that. It's a video that I came across on Facebook that I said I was gonna talk about on TNE, but I forgot. But I just remember. So what I'm finna do my little magic again and fast forward in the editing process to what is the clip play.
What's the fastest you made a guy nut?
Like realistically, like 2 minutes. For
2 minutes? What move you hit him with?
I was riding him in the car. It was quick. Then he passed out out afterwards.
He passed out.
Like fainted, yes.
So your shit like that, huh?
It's like that.
So what's your special move when you give head?
I just take it like at the top of my mouth and I suck it like a lollipop. And it just like, you can feel the nigga dick tingling when it happened and he just be going crazy.
What can men do to improve in bed?
Take their time. Like, you gotta get to know her body before you get to doing all the extra shit. Like, you gotta know your woman. Niggas just be trying to fuck to get they nut, but do you please your woman? Duh.
All right, so what turns you on then?
Touching, like, leading up to the moment. Don't just try to, don't spit start my shit, cause if my shit get wet, and if it's not wet, baby, it's not going in. I'm sorry.
Somebody spit start your shit before?
I do it, because niggas, you know what I'm saying?
You do a 360 for the camera? I don't hear no clapping, but that BBL crap.
See, man, did you hear all the shit that she was saying in that video, bro? Talking about how she was rounding nigga dick in the car, made them bust fast and all that type of shit. This is shit that most women be like. That's how most women be nowadays. And to me, I don't like it. It's like I hate it so much. But to each his own. They'll be like, feminists will be like, that's a woman taking control of her sexuality. It's sexually empowering and all that type of shit. Hey, y'all can have that shit. I don't want that shit. I don't want to deal with no whorish ass one with whorish behavior. I just don't want to do that shit. That's why I don't do nothing that women would say, because women call me hoes all the time. But a woman can't call me that because I don't do shit with women unless she's my woman and shit like that. And people be giving me flat, be like, damn fool, when you gonna get you some pussy? I'm like, hey bro, I ain't something like it's been there and if 5 years since I don't get no fuck because I'm real particular about that shit. Now there be times where I be wanting, you know what I'm saying, just be like, man, fuck that shit. I'm finna fuck something, but I be like, man, after that 30 minutes to an hour of pleasure and shit, you be like, damn, what I do that shit for? And there don't be no, and then you be feeling all crazy and sad and regretful and all type of shit. And I don't wanna have to go through that. So I'll be like, man, you know what? It ain't even worth it. And I only like I kind of get over that shit. And I'm like when it come down to the difference between men and women, I notice. Well, I can't say that because it's the way men work nowadays. It's some dudes out here that's just like women. They'll talk to a woman because she got a certain amount of money. She'll talk to a woman because she can do certain things and all that type of shit. I never got that, but it is what it is. And I remember a long time ago. I forgot who told me, but somebody told me was like, look, by you being a dude, you pull the short stick because it'll be harder for you to get the opposite sex. He was like, I think it was one of my uncles or something. I can't remember who told me that. But he was like, just think about it. For you to get a girl, unless she really like you, but for her to even get to know you to like you, you gotta meet certain qualifications. You gotta have something going on for yourself. You gotta have you some money. You gotta have you your own spot, have your own kind. Like, look, there's some women out there that will deal with you when you don't got none of that. That means she really love you and fuck with you. But for her to be attracted to you in the first place, you gotta present yourself to her in a good covering and a good package. He like, unlike you, a woman, all she gotta do is be born pretty, or all she gotta do is just have a nice body or anything like that. And it's gonna be niggas trying to buy her food and opening doors for her and paying her rent and all that type of shit. That don't happen with us unless we get somebody that's older. And I used to think about that all the time. I'm like, man, you know what? That's fucked up. That's fucked up. But then it's just the reality of the situation now. Men are supposed to protect and provide. That's what we're supposed to do. We protect our family, our wife, our kids, our baby mama, our kids. We provide. You know what I'm saying? We make sure they comfortable. We make sure they're able to eat. We make sure they're able to get clothes on their back. We make sure they're able to do little side activities that they want to do. A man supposed to be able to provide at all times. Not saying that he won't fall on hard times because he will, but we supposed to be the ones that's holding the family up and shit like that. And by a man working so hard and doing it, because that's not easy. I should have to come home. That's why I always say I don't want to have to battle the world and fight the world and fight all the other niggas who trying to get positions and all the type of shit who trying to survive as well. And then come home to a woman that's fighting me too. Who arguing with me, who picking with me, who doing just to piss me off. Like, I don't want to come home to that. I don't think no man want to come home to that. And like I said, like it's always a difference. Like, I don't understand. I don't know exactly what women look for in a man because every woman is different. Every man is different. But man, I remember Dave Chappelle said that men get cars. What did he say? Dave Chappelle was like, men get cars because women like nice. He like men get nice cars because women like nice cars or some shit like that. As a matter of fact, let me find a play for it because that might have me laughing.
I hear women say this all the time. I know a lot of you sisters be like, chivalry is dead. Don't you? Don't y'all feel that way? Like men aren't gentlemen anymore? That's right. Chivalry is dead. And women killed it. There's a fundamental difference in the way we're going to see things. We're not going to see eye to eye on this issue. We're just not. Our tests in life are different. A woman's test in life is material. A man's test in life is a woman. Now, by test, I mean that those are the things that we desire. Men have nice cars. Not because they like nice cars, because they know women like nice cars. That's how it goes. Because men are hunters, and the car is the bait. And a woman comes and says, ooh, nice Porsche. Gotcha, bitch.
Oh shit. Oh shit. But yeah, he basically what Dave Chappelle said. Man, look, y'all. At the end of the day, love who you love, be with who you want to be with. Stand up for yourself. Don't take no shit from nobody. Listen to what J. Jamal said. When you settle for like the stuff that you and your partner can come to agreement with and shit like that. But don't settle for no mental abuse, no physical abuse, no emotional abuse. And just learn how to just like live with each other and just be with each other. As always, I want to say I appreciate everybody who listens to TNE on a weekly basis. This past week, special guest called Lee, y'all showing out. Within a day or two, we had 800 some listeners and stuff like that. The only reason I say the numbers when I do my show is because I want y'all to understand that it's a lot of y'all that support me. It's a lot of y'all that support J. Jamal. There's a lot of y'all that like fuck with our guests that come on. And it just blow my fucking mind every week because I'm like, man, I can't believe that I only been doing this show for a couple months, and I got this following that I do, and I just love it so much because I need to be honest. I don't make no money from this. I said it before. I don't make no money from doing this, but I do it anyway because I feel a connection with the Nerdvana and we just have fun on TNE. It's plenty of podcasts out here that y'all can be listening to, but y'all choose to listen to me and my folks that I have on. And I want to say I appreciate that. I really, really appreciate that from the bottom of my fucking heart. Again, to all the new people who listen to us, I appreciate it. The reoccurring listeners who listen to us, I appreciate y'all. I love all y'all. Hit us up on the socials. TNE Beyond on TikTok, TNE Beyond on Twitter, which is X9. We got the subreddit going on, the Nerdvana Experience Reddit. And man, just like I said, just hit us up on the socials and stuff like that. Just like see what we got going on. On the Reddit and everything like that. Oh yeah, we got a Discord, the Nerdvana Experience Discord and stuff like that. Look, bro, like if y'all got something that y'all want to talk about or hear us talk about or want to comment on anything, just like anything you want to say, it can be good or bad, anything like that. Hit us up on the Reddit and post it on the Reddit, and we'll talk about it on the show. Until then, I appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all next week. Peace.